Look at that. That's terrible. All right. Alrighty. Here we go. I do not like how it flips. Like I fix it in my settings all the fucking time. Why must I be this shitty with technology? I don't know. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Like I can't. It is it an ADHD thing? Is it just a Shauna thing? I can't stand it. All right. I didn't get much before I came on. Um, but they did keep singing there's like a trending sound on social media. It's like it'll all work out, and I'm like, okay. So I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. Like that's what they're going to bring into this. So it'll all work out. Okay. We're going to start with Fallen Angel Oracle. This is the weekly tarot. Just doing it so I don't have to upload and everything else like that. I still have to delete some shit from my computer and whatnot. So we're just going to do it live. Friendly reminder, you are a sovereign being over your life. That means you get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So whatever you do, don't Cinderella shit to make it fit, okay? Can't see anything. That's my... First card's Upheaval. With that fucking song, It'll All Work Out. And I'm like, what is we talking about here? Like the upheaval doesn't feel like drastic. It doesn't feel traumatic. It doesn't feel it's not like I don't get a negative upheaval, but upheaval is upheaval. It's like a tower moment. It could be positive, it could be negative. Like how you experience it just depends on you, really. I guess you could technically turn this, but like it's like an upheaval. Like there's like it's not initiated or ignited by something negative. So upheaval is just massive fucking all around 360, 180 change. Like a pivot of 180, but 360 meaning every motherfucking thing. Every fucking thing is changing, okay? All of it. You ain't gonna be able to spin around and see anything that's the same. Like upheaval is everything changed. It's Knight of Swords kind of fucking energy, okay? Well, that could be a good thing. I get overwhelmed, like whoosh, but not like fear with it. Does that make sense? Like it's a lot, but I'm not like petrified. Like God, you win the lottery, every fucking thing changes, right? I'm not saying anybody's winning the lottery. I'm just saying. But if you were to get evicted, like the what ignites or initiates it can determine how it's experienced. Oh shit. Settlement. Hold on. I gotta do this. It's funny because when I saw this, I kept getting resettlement. And then settlement feels like settling in. There's an upheaval, then something settles in. I'm questioning my decision to use this deck. This deck always pulls some. It makes you fucking work. Usually, once in a while, it'll be like real straight to the point. Um, and that's what I. In fact, if you've been watching lately, it has been a hot fucking minute since I used this deck. This is, I think I said Fallen Angel Oracle. So I'm just gonna go with what's being channeled. It's following in lines like the dark feminine, where what is deemed as negative is not negative. Um, where what is demonized is not demonic. Again, perception matters. So there's something about perception really fucking mattering right now. Um, what could I think it depends on who's looking at this. I just heard what looks like a negative situation is an opportunity. But in that, I'm telling you, it doesn't feel like a negative thing is happening directly to you. An example would be the shit show that is every government right now. And it looks like everything's in utter upheaval. But chaos is the best time to do something. When everything is in flux, you're not disrupting anything because everything's already disrupted, right? It's like it gives you the leverage or the excuse. Let's pick a better term than excuse. Justification. Um, so the two cards I didn't mention. Okay, this feels heavy. No, like not heavy, but like wow. We have friendship, which is giving me like some kind of like community vibe, connections, and then danger. And then we have evaluation and celebration. It's funny because I got upheaval and I kept wanting to say resettlement. This is settlement. And so it's kind of like upheaval. I just feel like this is, I am, when I tell you, um, right now, the people that I'm focusing on are having, uh, those that they share a connection with, there's a major change going on in those dynamics. It is finding your new tribe, finding your new partner. It's coming into union with those you're most in alignment with. So there's a heavy, heavy emphasis on that. And then there's a heavy, heavy emphasis right now on people who are changing location. Like it keeps fucking coming out in varying different ways. And when I tap it, I'm like, okay, am I just, because it feels like sometimes I'm just reading for the exact same person almost, and they're like, no, there's a huge group within the world collective that these are the things that they are facing that are the ignition switch to and catalyst for certain changes, and so heavy emphasis and focus placed upon them. And I'm like, okay, something about friendship, something about a connection, um or a community. I don't know why I get the vibe like an unsettled feeling. Okay, so I'm getting a reminder that whoever this is for, where you're at is not good for you. Who you're connected with is not going to elevate you. whether it's through work, through friend groups, through your neighborhood, partnerships, things like that. Like your existing connections are not going to be able to sustain your elevation. In fact, they might act as like a chain to kind of like you'll only be able to go so far. They'll like an anchor that's going to that help to keep you grounded is what I heard, but not grounded in the like I'm balanced kind of energy. This is like you're going to get pulled back down. And there's this sense of in looking forward, I it's like I keep finding somebody what they're showing me is somebody looking online and looking things up and seeing like like astrophotography or like looking at different places. Where should you live? All those little games you can play on TikTok or like kind of stuff. And they look things up, and at first glance, it seems like okay, this isn't better. It doesn't. I don't see yourself in that. The reason you don't see yourself in that is because that's outside of your comfort zone. That's a future you. You are stuck somewhere that in an environment, in a situation around people, in connections that are very familiar and as a result comforting and seem more in alignment with you. There's this surprise. It isn't upheaval. But I think there's a surprise as to where spirit wants to take you and who and what you're going to be connected with. Because then at the end of this, it's kind of like after the fact, upon closer looking, upon closer evaluation, there's reason to celebrate. So if someone feels very uncomfortable with the current quote unquote prospects that they are seeing. Hey, Casey. I think I said that. Casey. I said that right. You know how if like sometimes we'll say if it's not going to get any better, then why even try? Like if it's not going to be any better than what I already have, and you're looking at possibilities and potentials, I really feel like somebody is looking at where could I possibly go? Where could I possibly move to? Where could like you know what I mean? Like yes, I shouldn't be here, but where and you're looking at him and I'm not saying that you're 5 of cups in this shit where you're like everything that's ever gone wrong you could see happening there, like you find all the wrong with situations and places, but you kind of are because you don't feel familiar and you don't feel comfortable and you can't see yourself there because you've never been there. This is a future you, a future timeline, a future you know, um, and you understand energetically how something would feel. You know what it's supposed to feel like when you get there, but you can't see what you're seeing before you doesn't seem to match the feeling that you feel of future you, and so it's like something feels very confusing and potentially dangerous because when that happens, your brain will look for confirmation in whatever it is that you're studying, whatever you're looking into to justify what you're feeling, right? And so you'll find the little things and you're like, see, like really? Like I just feel like somebody's like, really? Like the feeling that you feel of future you and what how you're gonna feel in your career, with people, with your environment. You always imagine scenarios that would match that feeling, but you really didn't know what would bring you that feeling. And I feel like saying you imagined very narrow scenarios of what could bring you that kind of energy, what would feel that good. Okay, my hair's, I'm sorry, guys. The longer my hair gets, the more I want to fucking, oh, give me a second. I thought I brought it with me. I think I'm gonna have a shit fit. I'll probably fit it back down too. I'm gonna scream. I'm dying. I'm gonna look like a rooster. I don't give a shit. Okay. They want to make this point first. This is a true leap of faith. You're going to have to trust spirit that wherever you end up is exactly where you're meant to be. And I think that's why they keep saying perception. Perception matters, right? Perception as to whether or not how you experience the upheaval. This is a really good upheaval. If you just go, fuck it, I'm having an adventure, woo-hoo, I don't know. And if you were to approach it like, well, if I don't like it, I can just, whatever. Like, they just corrected me. They were like, just approach it like you're going to like it. I mean, the Virgo in me is like, well, I don't know. True. Okay, so they're saying if you approach it like, okay, because this is what I was going to say. They're correcting me. If I if you were to approach it like, well, if I don't like it, I can just change it. The inner you will go, I won't have the money to. How am I just going to up and change it? How am I just going to blah blah blah? Like this is a big deal to begin. Like when I tell you, you can go down that line, and so they're just like, don't let it into your mind. It's the feeling of spirit would never ever take me somewhere where it's going to blow up in my face. Now you can choose to throw a tantrum like a 4-year-old. Like before something even happens, like how 4-year-olds are like, I don't want to get in the water, and they scream and they throw a fit and they do all kinds of shit, and then it's like, then they get in there and they're like, oh my god, this is amazing. You know what I mean? But they can. It's a brawl up to that point, just at the thought of something. I don't like it. You ain't even fucking tried. I don't like it. So spirit is asking that you have faith and that you take the stance that you will never that especially because you're taking the leap, that you're not going to end up somewhere that doesn't match the feeling of future you. Because I feel like you're feeling something already, like, and you already know the energetic signature and experience of what you want. Again, you've been assigning a lot of little stories in your head that you think would match that kind of existence, feeling of existence. But they're like, I promise you, you're gonna experience exactly what you've been wanting to experience. Okay. So as of right now, you don't have any real understanding of what future you's timeline really truly looks like. Okay. And so when you see something that you think isn't you, don't be so sure. We're gonna go to Night Sun Tarot. There at the end of this, there is book ending it, upheaval, celebration. My rooster comb. That's what I call it when I put this up. My kids can't stand it. Just put it in a ponytail. So just to irritate their soul, I fucking put it up in a clip again. Don't tell me what to do. I feel like that's also dark feminine energy is probably who I'm reading, like somebody who is heavily like operating from that right now. Like that's So Lilith, don't you fucking tell me what to do. I bet you're a peach to deal with from your spiritual team's perspective. You know how, like, some kids, you can just tell, like, their wheels are spinning, and you gotta, before they decide to do something, because I already know what the fuck you're gonna do. Don't you do it? And you're like, eh. It's kind of like that. That's what Spirit's doing. Okay. Told you. This is going to take you to build the life that you want. Everything that you feel. Remember, Hierophant is the next step on the High Priest. The High Priestess is the knowing, the understanding, the creation, the field of possibilities, right? It is everything in the etheric. Hierophant is making it a reality. Taking that which you feel, know, and create in the etheric and grounding it into this reality. Structuring and creating the life external to you that you feel internally, right? And so that's what the Hierophant is, because that's really what religion or any other type of institution is. It's an attempt to create something external to you that reflects something internally, right? So, Hierophant, strength. This is what's necessary for the leaf. It is the munch, the gremlin. That's what I was trying to say. The gremlin inside of you that wants to, like, bark and find reason for everything. It's kind of like putting it in timeout. Consciously putting that bitch in timeout. Like, you need to sit the fuck down. Like, I'm not listening to you right now. You have to make a conscious effort to not listen to that. There's that Knight of Swords I was telling you about, that energy of, like, clean slate, complete 180, like nothing around you is the same. Nothing. It's all cleared away. It's a brand new start. This is the pivot point. Then we have the fucking Nine of Cups. This is what gets you exactly what you want. On the other side of this, it's exactly what the fuck you want. Okay, so Temperance is giving me be at the ready for something. Like, it's being in the right energy for something to happen and occur. It's a balance. Yes, this brings in a balance, but I feel like, honestly, the Temperance has something to do with the Page of Swords. Okay, it is. You know how, like, there's okay, first I'm saying ready, steady, go. I just feel like Temperance is saying, are you ready? Because there's something coming in. Information. Disruptive information. It's disruptive because it's going to make a change. You have something coming in that's going to make a change. They said you could look at it like communication, but it's not so much that it's a communication, it's the content of that, the information that you're going to get from it. So they want to focus on the information. It is the thing that can trigger the something about you being in a calm and receptive energy for this. It's really giving neurodivergent. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, this is the energy of, if you are ADHD or along any of that spectrum, you do really well when shit just hits the fan. Like, you just, like, it's smooth sailing, right? It's usually, you don't usually lose your shit until after everything is settled, right? Which is giving me the energy of upheaval. You'll do just fine. Once things settle, you may feel like, holy fuck me, what? that's when you might get a little scared. Like once you have been moved, you might experience a bit of like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't know. Like you'll start questioning, right? That's when you unravel. When shit's no longer an emergency, when it's no longer, when everything's chaotic, you thrive. You're calm as fuck. When shit settles down, that's when you unwind, you unravel, right? But I want to say that's when you realize the community and the connections that you've come into as a result of whatever this is. So this is resulting in a new community, and it's going to give you pause, and you're going to be so grateful. Okay, but there's just something about temperance where it's like being at the ready for some kind of information to come in. And so it's kind of like what they're showing me is motherfuckers that go on the snowboarders, and they're at the top of the hill, and it's like beep beep, and it's like, and they get into their stance and they're ready, or like runners who are like crouched down, and then there's like a countdown, and they perk up, and then they take off. It's kind of like it's readying yourself, is what it feels like. Ready yourself. There's some information coming in. I think this is very timely. I know this is a weekly read, and sometimes it's like I'm going to give you information now for a later point so that you can munch on it and digest it and shit. This is like a right now kind of a situation. It's about to get chaotic. Five of Wands. Put that there. Just stay right there. Okay. It's exciting. We have the Page of Swords with the Page of Wands. It's exciting. Something about like you can't necessarily exactly see where this is going to go. Oh my God, we have 3 pages, y'all. I didn't realize. Jesus. We have the Page of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Our new lease on life. I want to go to like job and like money and shit like that with the Page of Pentacles, and they're just kind of like, it's like like the start of your new life is the way that they're giving it to me. If you've been in the energy of contemplating what you want to do with the rest of your life, you might get your answer with this. Because it's not so much that there's communication. I mean, this information is coming from somewhere, and it may be very poignant or directed at you. It's the contents of it, though. I feel like saying this is a new lease on life, fresh vitality, exciting, and also like a financial restart. Everything feels like it just feels like a restart. I'm not saying there's not much you would miss leaving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not much you would miss. We do have the Three of Swords, but they keep showing me how there's 2 swords that are upright, and only one. Shit, I can't see when it's flipped. I can't fucking do it. Oh my God. There's one sword pointing down. And it feels like it's piercing the heart. Okay, because I was like, this doesn't feel like. I don't really feel like you're gonna be all that sad. But they're like 2 truths and a lie. 2 truths and a lie. With it, we have the Queen of Swords. Notice that she has the heart is in the bird cage down here. Her back is to us. She's facing her throne and she's holding and caressing her sword. Like she's looking at it and examining it. Like ooh, I get it, bitch. Okay, hold on. See this motherfucking sword that's piercing the heart here? The queen took that sword out. So, because it's still facing down. You see this? The sword is facing, come on, focus. It's facing down. It's facing down. The blade is down here, right? She's kind of like looking at it like this, right? She's examining it. And she's put her heart in a protective, something about two truths and a lie. You know how like sometimes we can hurt our own fucking feelings because we believe something that's not true? There's something to that. And the Queen of Wands, I don't know why I said that. Queen of Swords sees the truth. That's the whole point of the Queen of Swords. She has that eagle eye view. She can pull out and see everything from a greater perspective. She understands. That's why you can advance to the King of Swords, where he can make very decisive decisions and actions, and definitive ones, right? Is because he knows the truth. There's something about a truth being revealed. Okay, so something about the information. There's a truth in this. Hold on one second. I look like a goofball when I have this up, but I can't motherfucking help it, okay? Because this shit like, it gets caught in my armpits now. I don't know what I'm doing. So this information comes in. You got to be at the ready for the information because it is life altering. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Is a spark of life. It brings with it a spark. It ignites something. This is the ignition switch. So we were talking about but it brings things to life. It relights somebody's flame, but also like by which you can see through, right? And then the Page of Pentacles, it just brings to life the new life you're supposed to have. And in that, you see a lie that you've allowed to hurt your feeling. Like there's been a lie you've been buying into that has been hurting you. I feel like saying you've been living by your truth. But something's been looming, a lie has been looming over you. There may have been something that you believed to be true or accurate or like a fact that you will realize was never actually a fact. It was just the illusion of. And I'm telling you, whatever it was, it hurt the shit out of you. And whatever it was, that lie, the potential of that lie or illusion or something like that, whatever that potential was, can't hurt you now because your heart's protected now. Like what if something can't hurt you now? A lie can't hurt you now. You know how like there's certain people in our lives that will lead us to believe something and will use that as like a manipulation tactic. They know a fear of ours and they try to make it real in our like to make us really believe that it's true and something that they're capable of. Like I'm thinking of like exes that will be like very manipulative. Well, if I do this, they'll do this kind of thing, and then you believe it, and come to find out they never had any power at all over you. You just bought into something. It's like it dissipates and dispels a lie that kept you in place and kept you easily manipulated because it hurt you. It was never really real. It was just the potential and possibility of it being real. Hey, Jow. And so then we have the Five of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. They keep giving the energy that the Five of Wands is connected to the Knight of Pentacles, and I'm like, something feels very disconnected. I don't know if that's a part of the lie, where it's like you felt like these two things weren't connected. Like you felt like things had to be very orderly and wealth. Okay, bitches, I swear to fucking God. Yeah, because I was all like, very Virgo. That's exactly what Virgo would be doing. Like, everything's pre planned, and this is the best scenario, best case scenario, and this is da 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 da. And come to find out, it's like you knew all kinds of things. You may have known that you needed to get away from a place. You may have known that, somehow once you get somewhere else, it'd be great. But the thing that held you in place was the lie that it had to happen in a very orderly, simplistic, easy as upheaval. That's the best time. That and everything's already in disorder, anyways. Like everything's already in disruption. There's just something about it's a lot easier to create what it is that you want. Shut up, John. So, anyways, but you see what I'm saying? Like, like this is the perfect time because the Knight of Pentacles is everything happens exactly as it should. Everything's in integrity. You can trust this. You think, like, I don't know, you've been thinking either there need to be a perfect way or a perfect time or this, and this would be in line. But like, it's somehow the most chaotic energy is when things work out exactly how they should. Okay, so you've been holding off and pumping the brakes because you felt like, and the only person who, the only person you was hurting your own damn feelings with that shit. It reminds me of the TikTok thing where he goes, "Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something," because they're about to like tip him off the fucking. He's about to jump. He's on a chair, and they're gonna push him over the edge to bungee jump. And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something." It's like that's you. Spirit's been there with the proverbial boot the entire fucking time. Like, bitch, I'm about to knock you off, and you're like, "No, no, 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 no! Like, this needs to happen like this." And like, you have been slowing this shit down. You're gonna be so. You're just gonna love it, aren't you, when you find that out? There's something in figuring that out that you finally relinquish, like you really truly surrender. You really do. Okay. What about, okay, let's bring it back to the context of this week. How does it look for this week? Well, why the fuck ain't she said something? Manishka, say hi. Happy birthday. I didn't know you were a Cancer. Well, that's tropic, though, obviously, so. But, okay, let's see here. Hold on. Thank you. I was like, okay, back to this week. So the information is what comes in. There's some kind of communication, but information is the most important aspect of this. So it's like don't focus on who or what or where it comes from. Focus on the contents of what you get. Good Lord, y'all. Look at they match. This is the consequences of having ADHD. I could go weeks. I don't bump into a fucking thing. And then 1 week, my body decides it has no spatial awareness whatsoever fucking ever in my hip, my thigh, my calf, my arms. I hit fucking everything and I got bruises everywhere. Pardon my French. Shit. Okay, hold on. Yeah. You're getting at a hermit. There's something about the speed of this. Like, I feel a lot of enthusiasm, excitement. Like, okay, so they're showing me, hold on. They're showing me the little, like when you shock somebody back to life. Sorry, guys. When you know what I mean, you jumpstart their fucking, what is it called? Their heart. We'll get there. Oh my God, I cannot do this anymore. Because we have the hermit and then we have the chariot. Okay. Hermit, chariot. And then the fucking ace of wands. It's like a fucking roller coaster. It is a goddamn whirlwind. It is, your heart is going to be racing. I keep doing that. It's like overwhelmed though. It's not anything bad. It's just like I feel like heart palpitations. Are you fucking kidding me? This is fast. Like, the reason I say that is because something's in alignment and you take the fuck off. So you're just kind of like, and when you go from like isolation to sudden movement, it's overwhelming because we have the fucking five of wands that came out again. It is a lot. It is a lot. It is chaotic, and it's almost thrilling is the word I'm looking for. It feels thrilling. Your life has been boring. Not to be mean. It's been the same shit, different day, is what it is. It's exactly what it fucking feels like. And they're just like, it's thrilling. Like, this is going to be so thrilling. It's going to be fucking a lot. There are like little details that you have to take care of. Sometimes they're bothersome, things that are competing for your attention and energy, and a lot of things happening at once, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like for somebody whose life has been asleep and that they have to bring in, I kept saying, like, it's like you're being reignited. Your flame was out. And it's like all of a sudden. So to me, that tells me whatever information you get immediately. They haven't given me a decision yet. Like, I don't feel the energy of you having to decide something. And I'm going to ask because, I mean, we did say that upheaval kind of feels like a tower. And you're a little bit like, you know what I'm saying? And the tower is something that you don't have a hand in. You don't get to say, right? Like, that's fate. That's spirit doing shit. So, like, are you being told something's going to happen? Or let's pull cards. Is this a the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. When I say take a trip, my heart just like fucking wants to jump out my fucking chest. But the Six of Swords is about moving. We've already said that. There's a move. Whole environmental changes. Okay, what is in the contents of this information, please? Page of Swords. What is the contents of this information, please? All right, we are pulling the same shit, guys. Okay, hold on. Where you at? I want to know. Page of Swords. Tell me about the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, please. It's almost like, well, they're going to, okay. You're going to get some information. Some of it will be redacted. Okay. Because there's like a chain, like a chemical chain reaction, like a chemistry reaction, a chemical reaction. Fuck. Something with the moment you get the information, I don't want to say surprise, but like there's a chemical reaction that needs to happen in order to light the flame again. Okay. And so you'll get some, but not all. Read between the fucking lines is what they're telling you, okay? We have the Five of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles does talk about unnecessary worry. Like if you haven't seen the fruits of your labor, if you haven't seen something just yet, then, because the Five of Pentacles is like lacking something. You're lacking. You don't have. And then Seven of Pentacles is like, yeah, don't worry. Is it coming? Is it about to come through? Kind of thing. Why do I feel like the Page of Swords information. Remember I said that with the Page of Swords came the Page of Pentacles. So there was some kind of financial improvement. It's almost as if it's like, even if you don't get it right now in this moment, whatever information you garner has you feeling very, very comfortable and no longer worried about financial situations or some kind of lack. Because it's almost like, it's kind of like somebody saying, fuck me. That's not what they're gonna say. I mean, they might. I don't know. I'm not that kind of a reader. Like okay, we're just low hanging fruit because I don't want to guess. So like, let's say you are told you win the lottery. You don't get the money right away. There's a whole process that has to happen, right? And how there can be like this delay, but it's in the bag, it's secure, everything's gonna be just fine. What if somebody says, I'll help you move? It's paid for, it's done, right? Like it may not be, but you're settled in the sense that you don't have anything to worry about. Because we have the Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. It gives the energy of it might not be here right now, but don't worry about it because it is. Like there's some assurance that comes through with the Page of Swords, this information that gives you some kind of assurance that all will be okay, that whatever you are lacking or needing will be taken care of. A little bit Two of Cups. Like whatever the information is, it's almost like, hey, I've got you. You're okay. You don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z because near friendship is the danger. Like you look at a situation like, I don't know if this is the best case scenario for me. It doesn't feel like me, but you get something with this information where it's like, first off, when you get there, how you're going to experience it and perceive it once you get to where they're moving you to is going to be different than how you are beforehand. This is not, I feel, this just feels like whatever you're lacking, somebody is willing to pick up the tab or help with, or like, you know, there's a connection that's going to make sure all is good. So there's it's kind of like you may not have something right now. You lack something in this current environment that you will have security in when you get to where you're going. It kind of will help you. There's even like some kind of assurance ahead of time. I got you. Um, and whatever information comes your way, you can garner that from the information you get. Whatever is told to you, given to you, shared with you, you're going to be able to be like, okay, I'm good. I do know that. I will have what I need that I don't now. I don't need to worry about it. All I need to do is follow through and focus on it. I'll be good after the fact once I get there. That might make you feel hella awkward. You may feel like taking that kind of help would obligate you to something because we keep having the danger. Like there's a lot of concerns about where you're going for varying different reasons. It's like preemptively, you're like, oh, I don't know, that doesn't sound like me. And then when they're like, once you get there, you're gonna feel like this is totally exactly what you want. You also get some kind of assurance that everything's gonna be good, that everything will be handled, that what you need is going to be where you're going. So there must be more than one need because there's something lacking, and it could be financial. Like when you get there, there's some kind of assurance financially. But this may make you feel very weird. Tell me about the Two of Cups. It does say it's a positive resolution to some kind of a conflict. So whatever information you get, even though preemptively you have felt like up to getting before getting this information, you're like, I don't know, that doesn't feel right to me. I don't know if that's really the place for me. It doesn't feel familiar. You know what I mean? You're getting something that's going to disrupt your fucking life in a very good way. In the contents of the information is some kind of assurance, whether directly or indirectly. You just know everything's going to be good once you get there on the other side. Maybe not as far as the community goes, but again, I think that once you go and you experience it, there's an evaluation and you have reason to celebrate. Okay. But it feels like everything coming your way, you preemptively or instinctually want to, I don't know, but this is really good for you. And I don't feel like they still don't give me the feeling of like there's a decision to be made. And I think that's because it's like there really is none. This is very much so absolutely. It's an abso-fucking-lute. Okay? Do it. Follow through with it. Like there's something very calming. And again, that's why the temperance comes out, right? The temperance came out with this. And it's like be in the right energy, be in the right space. This is a ready, steady, go. So you kind of need to be open, receptive, but I just feel like my energy's in check. Like I'm calm. I'm ready to. I will. receive this in a very balanced manner. And then there's also this chance to alchemize the situation. It's like use the chaos to your advantage right now. You may be there may be several things happening right now all at once when this information comes through. Because when I say upheaval, I still keep getting like there's this era of now wouldn't be the good time. Now it's not. I need to wait and see about this. No, when things are all in flux, that's the time to move. I didn't touch on this one. Three of Cups. There may be a very specific, because I keep saying that. They want you to focus on the information and not where this is coming from or who it's coming from. But this does feel like it's coming from a very specific source. Okay. Three of Cups is like an invitation. It could coincide with a trip. It is putting yourself out there. And then we have the Six of Cups. So between the Two of Cups, Three of Cups, and Six of Cups, this is like let yourself have this adventure. I did say in the beginning that it felt like life was starting. Things were going to ignite. It feels thrilling. And because so many things are happening at once, I think the upheaval is there's so much around you, and you think, okay, this is not the right time. But it also feels like this is a loaded Page of Swords. Remember, Page of Swords, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Bitch, that's a lot in one fucking message. There's a lot coming out with this. Like, I feel like there's a lot of shit all at once. And we've had the Five of Wands several times, and it's like, this is and they're like, this is the perfect time. You don't find the divine in the orderly. The divine is born out of chaos. That's where anything is birthed. So it's like a lot happening. And you've been telling yourself things need to be orderly. They need to be like this, and this in order for it to change. With so much in flux, you don't know if it's the right time. Then you get information, and it's some loaded information. There's a lot to it. And in that, there's a lot going on. And it feels dangerous. You're not even sure you weren't sure before any of this shit was happening. And now like, it fucking happens, and you're definitely not sure. Like, what the fuck? So parts of you want to believe, I don't know if this is for me. And they're like, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And you realize the lie you've been telling yourself that it all has to look pretty and orderly and all that kind of stuff. And even this one, the Ace of Wands, literally says, change your life now, an exciting new opportunity. This is going to be the easiest time. For somebody who has been, everything needs to be thought out methodically and planned and organized and precise and da 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 da, dot all the I's, cross all the T's, all that kind of stuff. How hard has it been for you to fucking achieve this? This will happen in the chaos, in the upheaval. And on the other side of that, things will settle down where you're meant to, and it'll feel exactly how you felt your future self should be feeling. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else for this week? There's a lot of fucking blue. It's gonna arouse some emotions. You are gonna be a bit confused. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. It's a lot. Complex decision. There's that motherfucking decision. If you let yourself go into that Virgo energy where everything is supposed to be orderly, absolutely, it will feel like you have a decision to make. If you were just to go intuitively and just go with the flow and let the shit show take you where it needs to go, there's not even a decision. This is a major event in your life. This is an event. This is just fuck me. I swear to God. It's a significant life event. Powerful revelations, a chance to spread your wings. This is very loaded. I'm not gonna lie. But I just feel like with the Seven of Cups, it feels like just detach from it all and ride the wave. And I think that's where the lack of decision comes from, because it's just like when you're riding a tube down the river, you're not deciding which way you go. There's no choice. There's no decision. You're just along for the ride, and that's how you need to be with this. Say yes, and you're going to. I just do not feel like there's a decision to be had. It's just like, okay, and then life just is fucking just everything just, you know what I mean? Everything is going to work out. It's all going to work out. And I just feel like that, okay, yeah, sure. And when I tell you the thrill, like you are going to be high on excitement. This is the third card where it indicates moving, vacationing, going somewhere, traveling. Mhm. There's something waiting for you. There's something waiting for you when you get there. We've got the Emperor with the Ten of Cups. Like, emotional and material needs being met. Why do I feel like you're not the one that's supposed to be in the Virgo energy? Whoever's the one that's like, you're good, I got it, is the one that's got everything figured out. And you are not used to that. You are used to being the one that figures it all out. And it feels weird to have somebody else have it all figured out for you. They dotted the I's, they crossed the T's. They checked the P's and Q's. It feels really weird. And again, that may send up red flags to you because it's unfamiliar. Full circle moment at the very beginning. The whole reason that you have not wanted to do something is because it felt so unfamiliar. Like even looking at locations, like nothing felt like it was you, because it's not. Everything in front of you is not the old you. And you are stuck in an environment that still mimics and reflects back the old you. And it's familiar to you, and you base your decisions off of and how you operate and everything else like that. Nothing that's coming is going to feel familiar, but it is completely you. Okay, that's it. That's how we go. Are you, John? Are you the Emperor? Are you doing this for somebody? Anyways. Okay, so that's the fucking message, guys. Alrighty. Well, I hope the message found whoever it's meant for. I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day. Yeah. I'll see you guys at the next read. Fuck you up, little boy. Fuck you up. Whatever. I distinctly remember somebody telling me, absolutely not. When I read that for you one time, I'm like, fine. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful day. I will see you all at the next reading. Peace out.